It is 11 a.m. in Birmingham, England. It's 6 a.m. in Washington. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is World One, live from London. British surgeons treating the Pakistani schoolgirl Malala Yousafzai say she is in a stable condition in hospital. Right now, 14-year-old Malala is being treated in a special hospital in Birmingham. She was flown to Britain from Pakistan on Monday. Doctors say she had a comfortable first night. Dan Rivers is outside Birmingham's Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where doctors are expected to give their latest update on Malala's condition. Dan.
Yeah, that's right. There was a sort of brief email press statement sent out this morning saying that she passed a comfortable night.
Updating reporters and updating all of us on the progress of Malala Yousafzai. Remember, she was taken into the hospital yesterday, flown in from Pakistan. They are saying that they are pleased with the progress that she's made so far, and they're saying that they're impressed by her resilience and her strength. Interestingly enough, they're saying there have been some irritating incidents, that is, members of the public who were pretending to be Malala's family trying to get into the hospital to see her. They said people have been arrested, and they will only confirm that more than one person has been involved in this case. Interestingly also, they're saying that there are at least 6 specialists or consultants working on this case on Malala, trying to treat her, but they are saying that they are pleased with her progress so far. The initial assessments have been taken. Now what they will be needing to do is take some detailed assessments of her as they move forward. Of course, our Dan Rivers is there, and he'll bring us more on the story throughout the day here on CNN. Now, meanwhile, while this is happening here in Birmingham, in Pakistan, the pressure is on to find those responsible. The country's interior minister told CNN's Christiane Amanpour there is a sizable bounty on the head of the Taliban spokesman who claimed responsibility for trying to kill Malala.
Today I'm announcing $1 million as bounty on his head, which is more than 10 crore rupees, Pakistani.
The threat of extradition has hung over Gary McKinnon's head for more than a decade. Now, a decision is finally due. Later today, the UK government is set to rule on whether it will block a US extradition order for the British computer hacker. If it does, it could put the so-called special relationship between London and Washington in jeopardy. Story. She joins us now with more on that. When can we expect some sort of a verdict on all of this?
Well, we're hoping that this afternoon, around 2:30 London time, that Theresa May, the British Interior Minister, is going to speak to the Commons. And
meanwhile, Mr. McKinnon, this has been 10 years going on. His mother has been saying it's been like waterboarding for the mind. That's very, very strong statements from his mother. I mean, this is someone they're actually considering whether or not he is even fit to stand trial.
And that's what the Theresa May statement is going to be based on.
Right. Nema, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Coming up here on World One, facing the people they need to convince. Obama says he'll up the ante, both in his mood and his message. Obama is under pressure to put up more of a fight in tonight's second presidential election debate. The U.S. president failed to inspire most viewers when he faced Mitt Romney. For the fact, our political editor Paul Steinhauser joins us now from CNN New York. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Monita. Yes, just a little less than 15 hours from now, the second showdown between the president and Mitt Romney. Expectations have shifted from the first debate now to the second debate, Monita.
All right, Paul, thank you very much for that, Paul Steinhauser. I'm sure we'll be catching up with you tomorrow, post-debate analysis. Thank you very much. Now, the killing of a U.S. diplomat in Libya may feature again in tonight's debate. Mitt Romney has accused Barack Obama of failing to protect U.S. officials overseas. Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed in Benghazi last month. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has stepped forward to take the blame on behalf of the president. She says she's the one responsible for ensuring U.S. compassion may be the word that best describes the quality running through the work of Wolfgang Suschitzky, a photographer and cinematographer who is now a centenarian as well. An exhibition in London is celebrating his 100th birthday and the images of his lifetime. Aaron McLaughlin brings us that. Former Bosnian Serb leader Radovan Karadzic has begun his defense at The Hague. He's on trial for his role in the atrocities committed during the violent breakup of Yugoslavia in the 1990s. Well, CNN's Matthew Chance has been following the case. He joins us now here in London, and it's interesting that he is defending himself.
Yes, that is interesting. You're right, and he's being very vigorous in his denial of the charges of genocide.
And I think that's interesting when you mentioned the ultimate responsibility. And a lot of times when these kind of cases is to try to prove the chain of command, who had the ultimate responsibility in order for ordering these massacres. We saw Ratko Mladic at the court earlier this year. He was the Bosnian Serb military leader, and that's the same question that is often asked: is proving the chain of command. And how difficult is it then to prove that?
I think it's going to be really difficult to do that, and particularly with the genocide.
And this obviously could take another few years, because we understand he has about 300 hours that he can present with his defense.
It's not going to end anytime soon. It's going to be years in progress.
Okay, Matthew, thank you very much for that. Well, a preliminary hearing into the Costa Concordia luxury ship disaster is scheduled to continue for a second day in Italy. The captain of the Concordia, Francesco Schettino, faces allegations of manslaughter, abandoning ship, and failing to report an accident. After Spain's worst environmental disaster, the trial of the ship captain accused of causing it is getting started. The oil tanker Prestige broke apart in a storm in 2002 and spilled more than 50,000 tons of fuel into the Atlantic. Al Goodman joins us now live with more on that. Al.
Hi. The trial has gotten underway in the northwest city of La Coruña.
Right, Al, thank you very much for that. Al Goodman reporting to us there live from Madrid. You are watching World One live from London. The Lance Armstrong doping saga has taken yet another turn as a former cyclist comes out to say he quit the sport because he didn't want to be a drug cheat. Amanda Davis joins us now with the latest on that. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, yeah, another day, another story as a result of the USADA report from last week. There really are incredible things coming out today until the fat lady sings.
So you look at me when you're saying that. What's that about?
No, well, I'd be very rude if I handed back not looking at you.
You know, I never used to like watching American football, but for some reason I've started to really enjoy it. Maybe it's the football movies that I enjoy, but it's actually got me interested in the sport.
I prefer it on TV. It has to be something being there. I did get to go and see it when I was in the States recently, and it's the crowd is fantastic.
It's a great atmosphere, isn't it?
And it's coming to London again in a couple of weeks, so we'll be able to go and watch it there.
Excellent. All right, Amanda, thank you very much for that. You're watching World One live from London. Do you wish there was more sun in your life? Well, then Mari Ramos has some good news for you. Hi, sunshine.
Hello. How are you? Well, you know what, Monita? I have a story.
You are watching World One live from London. We are approaching almost 7 a.m. in New York. It's almost 1 p.m. in Berlin. And it's almost 8 p.m. for you in Tokyo. Armchair astronomers are rejoicing after finding a new and rare planet. It is considered unique because it has 4 suns. Amateur sky watchers in the U.S. made the discovery using a website called Planet Hunter. Very exciting. It's all very exciting for stargazers. And we know Mari Ramos is definitely one of them. Mari?
Oh, yeah. This is pretty cool stuff. I love that picture that you showed. You know, what some of the details that came out about what this planet may actually look like is that they said that if you're standing...
All right, Mari, thank you very much for that. You are watching World One live from London. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you of the news headlines in just a couple of minutes right here on CNN.